quote Howard Marks here, I think it's essential to remember that just about everything is cyclical. There's little I'm certain of, but these things are true. It's a high bar to beat. What I'm looking at here is kind of the growth to get from, call it 60 billion to 240 billion. And you're going to see that the street expects NVIDIA to do it in 4 years, right? It took Apple, from once they got to 60 billion, it took them 5 years to get to 300. It took Amazon 7 years once they got to 60 to get to that 300 level. So the slope is what is really one of the concerns for NVIDIA. The low on the street for, call it fiscal year 27, calendar year 26, essentially a little over $4 of earnings. He's low on the street. You put a 15, 20 multiple on that, and you're going to get about 60, 80 bucks. And I call that the bear scenario. Talk about the bull case, right? More bulls than not on this name. Obviously, there's the TAM. There's the $1 trillion TAM, and the thought is with TAM is that continue to be a 20% plus grower as long as you have TAM left to grow into. The valuation for the bull case, let's look at consensus, right? It's a $170 target. It's essentially, 30 times PE on call it 2026 calendar year 27 fiscal year numbers. That's a little over 60 bucks of upside. So that's the math there. That is reasonable as long as they can hit those numbers and people believe that it's still worth 30 times because they're still growing 20 to 30%. Now, when a stock gets close to the top, it's kind of a peakish sign that you're beat in and raising and the market doesn't care. There's no follow through. If you get to a super cyclical business, you see lower multiples at the top because the market knows that that's kind of the peak margin and you're gonna have negative revisions from there. If it is a cyclical, that's a signpost that you're at the top. And one of the big debates is this cyclical or secular, and it has some attributes of both. I think it is cyclical within a very good industry with good returns.